technology's been out for over a dozen years, and it was created based on some market research that we did, where we asked people if we could put cameras in their home to see what they do in the kitchen, to try and discover some unmet needs. And what we found was that a lot of people do stuff in the kitchen and they get their hands dirty, and then they don't want to get their faucet dirty when they want to clean their hands. So they would do all sorts of different things to turn the faucet on to clean their hands, to not get their faucet dirty and ruin the finish. So we came up with the touch technology, which is, say you had chicken on your hands, you're cleaning the chicken, but you don't want to touch the faucet, so you can activate and deactivate the flow of water.
How far is the sensor? Where can you touch it?
So the sensor on the faucet is the entire faucet.
Oh, I see it.
We're the originator of the residential electronic faucet, so it's anywhere on the spout, on the hub, or on the handle, and it's extremely responsive in that it will do what you need it to do.
But it's going to run out of battery, right? I need to change the battery.
No, don't worry about that. So we're so far into this that we've thought of everything, and we've fixed most of the pitfalls that people run into. So people always ask about the batteries. The batteries that we give you are 6 AA batteries, and they'll give you 2 to 3 years of life. In the sleeve for the batteries, which like here's one right here, all right, you could take, and here's the AA batteries. There's this sleeve here that will come out, and you can replace them with 6 C batteries.
Ooh.
The C batteries will give you
the big ones.
Yeah. Putting it on.
No worries.
I'm putting it backwards, possibly. Yep. Right. So so when you, here's a little troubleshooting thing for you. Watch when I put the thing on, the purple light will flash. All right. See the purple light flash? That means that you set it up correctly. All right. So it was this one here actually. This one's a bathroom faucet. So this one here uses touch and proximity. So it expands the signal to read your electric current in your body is coming near the faucet. All right. So and come within 4 inches of the faucet, it'll activate for 4 seconds. So if you're brushing your teeth or shaving, you can get water. So you leave it on in the temperature and volume that you prefer, and then it's in ready mode for you to come on when you're ready for it. So in the kitchen, it's very responsive, so you don't have to worry. But we didn't do the proximity because other manufacturers have hands-free faucets. You do too many things around your kitchen faucet where you'll get false activations. You're not worried about touching your faucet and spreading germs. You're worried about getting your faucet dirty and ruining the finish. So as long as you can activate the faucet without ruining your faucet finish, you're okay. So a couple things to note. It's very smart, all right, and it knows the difference between a touch and a grab, okay? So if I want to move the spout out of the range of the sink, I can move it without worrying about getting the counter wet. If the water's on, say I have a double bowl sink and I want to move it from one side to the other, I can move it, and it knows that it's the difference between a touch and a grab. It's also really smart in that if I go to the handle, it's going to keep the water on, or if it's off, it's going to bring the water on, because it knows if I go to the handle, I want water, and I might just want to adjust the temperature or volume, so it's going to stay on. So someone comes to your house and you don't want to explain to them you have a fancy faucet. They're just going to go and they're going to use the faucet. When they're done, they're going to close the handle and they're going to walk away. If the light's on, it doesn't matter to them. They just walk away. Now that light is also smart in that it will read the water temperature. It's an actual thermostat. So it's not just a gimmick of where the handle is placed. It will actually read the water temperature and display, which is great for like my kids, because they won't realize based on where the handle is positioned that that's too hot, but the red light will indicate to them hot, stay away. All right. So very, very smart in what it can do. It's also got a timer. So my kids would always leave the faucet on. This will turn itself off after 1 minute in the bathroom, 4 minutes in the kitchen. So you're not going to worry about those batteries running out. But if the C batteries lasting 4 to 5 years isn't good enough for you, all right, most people stick with the AA's because everybody's got AA's. We sell an AC power adapter that you can buy as an option, which you can plug it into an unswitched outlet, and then you'll never run out of power. But you need the batteries in case there's a power failure. Because some of the competitors, like take Kohler for example, you have to actually physically go in. Theirs has an infrared sensor under the spout, so you kind of wave at it to get it to go on. And what happens is you end up flicking water up in the air all over the place. But if you want to use this and the power goes out, all right, you have to manually go in with a flathead screwdriver and open the solenoid valve. And then when the power comes back on, you got to manually go in and close it. Not very convenient, right? Ours will work no matter what. All right?
Nice.
And it's a very small architecture, and it doesn't add much to the list price. All right.
Cool.
So extremely popular. We're the #1 brand to pull down kitchen faucets in the industry, and we sell about 40% of our pull down kitchen faucets with the touch technology. So popular, like I said, in the bathroom, we've got the proximity technology. So many people have asked about hands-free that we're working on a way to have just a small area where it's going to be hands-free, where you put your hand up here and the faucet will activate without actually touching it. And that's going to be an added technology set to come out sometime next year. And then in commercial environments, this is a commercial faucet. So you ever go and you do the faucet dance with the commercial electronic faucet with the infrared eye? Well, infrared, you're wearing a black shirt. It's going to send a beam of light, bounce off your black shirt, receive it back, and judge where you are. But the black shirt's going to absorb that light. If you're wearing a white shirt or a gray shirt like me, it'll work a little bit better. If you have dark skin, you're out of luck. All right? So infrared, not good for faucets. But we use capacitance technology, the same as your smartphone. So your smartphone knows you're touching it because you have an electric current running through your body. The same thing that we're looking for to operate our commercial faucets. All right? So you just need to come in range and it'll operate. Take your hand away, it'll go off. Takes a couple seconds. All right?
Nice.
So
That's great.
Just a faucet that's going to work, and we'll have matching soap dispensers out sometime next year. And we do that in 3 different spout shapes and 4 finishes.
Very nice.
So